Insperity presents the Small Business Advocate Show with Jim Blasingame, brought to you by FedEx, CareerBuilder.com, and Palo Alto Software. This is a copyrighted production of Small Business Network, Inc., all rights reserved.
Now back to ringside with the voice of small business and the champion of the entrepreneur.
Say it now, gentlemen. Undisputed heavyweight champion of the world.
The small business advocate, Jim Blasingame.
Welcome back. It's 34 after the hour. Thanks very much for staying with me. My pleasure to continue to be with you. Having a great time here as we continue to operate the Small Business Advocate Show on your behalf. Everything that we do is dedicated to you, small business owners, because we're so proud of what you do. Somebody who agrees with me is our good friend, somebody who's been with us now since 1998. He's an original founding member of the Small Business Advocate Brain Trust. John Stanton is here, ladies and gentlemen. He's back. That's right. And John is the co-author of the book Success Leaves Clues, also another book, Delight Me, the 10 Commandments of Customer Service. He's a professional marketing executive. He is also at least last time I talked to him, he was a professor at St. Joseph's University. He travels around the world teaching lots of folks, companies large and small, about how to put their best foot forward in the marketplace. More importantly, he's our good friend, John Stanton. Welcome back to the show.
Oh, thank you, Jim. It's always a pleasure to talk with you.
Good to have you back. Hasn't been that long since you were here. Are you still at St. Joseph's?
Still there. They haven't fired me yet.
But you have tenure now, right?
I do.
See, that's how I got out of college way back in the day when I was just attending.
Yeah.
One more semester, I would have had tenure, and they didn't want that to happen. So they gave me a diploma and let me get out of there.
That's right. Hey,
John, I know that you have a truly global perspective when it comes to marketing, because you not only are paying attention to what's going on in the United States, but you travel all over the world, especially in the Western Hemisphere, and so you have a real keen eye and a sharp antenna for things that affect a lot of different folks in the marketplace. And one of the things you've been thinking a lot about lately is the minority, what some people might call the minority consumer. And
Yep.
I'd like for you to talk to us about who those people are and why do they matter.
Well, for quite a while, we've been seeing this growing minority, in particular, and I don't mean to demean any other group, but in particular, Hispanics.
Right.
And Hispanics.
Can we still call them a minority?
Well, for another, sorry, Jim.
Sorry.
For another couple of years, we can anyway.
Yeah.
But there's been a lot in the news politically about this, and it dawned on me that as business people, we need to focus on the business side of this, not necessarily the political side. And the business side says this is a huge group of people that are having an incredible influence on what is made and what is purchased. And the big business is getting on top of this. I mean, Procter & Gamble has a major effort to sell to Hispanics or Latinos. Either name is...
Yeah.
I was at a conference recently, and all the major players were there. Every major player in consumer products goods was at this and had people dedicated to this. And, Jim, they spend money with big businesses as well as small businesses.
Right.
And this is a chance for small business to be able to do something to really focus on, not forget about all their customers, but to just have a little understanding, a little focus. Because in about 20 years, more Hispanic children will be born than other groups.
Yeah.
Because of the much higher birth rate and because of immigration, there's going to be a lot of young kids in this country. And by the way, this is a shocking fact. Today, not in 20 years, today, the United States is the second largest Spanish-speaking country in the world.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yep.
Spanish-speaking.
Yep.
And of course, you mean the number of people who wait. How does that work? I mean,
well, the number of people who speak Spanish. Now, it doesn't have to be their primary language.
The country is not a Spanish-speaking country, but the population does.
Yes, Spanish-speaking, not a Spanish country.
Behind who? Behind what?
Mexico. Yeah, see, there's more Spanish-speaking people in the United States than there are in Spain.
Right.
Think about this. There's more Spanish-speaking people in the United States than the entire population of Canada.
Wow.
And you think, well, sure, this is a problem for California.
And by the way, Canada's about 30 million.
Yeah. There's about 45 million Hispanics, Latinos in the United States.
Yeah.
And people say that.
Speaking of the language, though, John, we're going to go to a break in a couple of seconds. When we come back, I want you to talk to us about that. Somebody's out there saying right now, but wait a minute, John. Hey, wait a minute, Blasingame. My door's open. Anybody can walk in.
Yep.
I don't turn anybody away. I'd love to have all the Hispanic business. But is there something else we need to be doing? And we're going to get you to answer that question. We'll come back after these messages. It's 20 till. Going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with our good friend John Stanton, original member of our Brain Trust. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Insperity presents the Small Business Advocate Show with Jim Blasingame, brought to you by FedEx, CareerBuilder.com, and Palo Alto Software. This is a copyrighted production of Small Business Network, Inc., intended for the private use of our audience. Except as otherwise provided by copyright law, all other copying, redistribution, or publication without prior written consent is prohibited. All rights reserved. Prohibited. All rights reserved. Prohibited.